St. Patrick's Day. Levels to all levels. Before you head out to the pub or parade, take a moment to discover why we celebrate St. Patrick's Day each year. St. Patrick's Day, also known as the Feast of St. Patrick and St. Paddy's Day, falls every year on March 17, the day of St. Patrick's death. In the US, the day is mainly marked by the donning of something green, drinking plenty of green cocktails, and checking out the year's most uproarious parades and St. Patrick's Day events. But the history of St. Patrick's Day isn't rooted in 24 hours of green-tinged, shamrock-waving revelry that we know it for today. Many people recognize St. Patrick as the patron saint of Ireland, but did you know that he wasn't actually born in Ireland? How about the fact that the big parties, parades, and festivities are largely American traditions, only picked up in Ireland in recent history? To brush up on all your St. Patrick's Day knowledge, here are a few answers to questions frequently asked about the day. After, you might be curious to know if leprechauns are real and how they became a part of the lore. First question, who is St. Patrick? You might not believe it, but the saint behind the Irish holiday is technically neither a saint nor Irish. St. Patrick was born in the 5th century as a citizen of Roman Britain. At the age of 16, he was enslaved and taken to Ireland, where he spent 6 years in captivity. He then escaped, only to later return to bring Christianity to the people of Ireland. During his life, he became a priest and founded schools, churches, and monasteries throughout the Emerald Isle before his death on March 17, 461 AD. However, some are surprised to learn that the patron saint and national apostle of Ireland was never canonized as saint by the Catholic Church. This lack of official sainthood is because there was no formal canonization process in the 400s. Calling him St. Patrick is likely to have caught on and stuck over time due to his popular acclaim. Second question, when was the first St. Patrick's Day? It wasn't until 1631 that the church established a feast honoring the patron saint of Ireland. Because St. Patrick's Day falls during Lent, it became a day for Christians to take time off from the abstinent demands of the weeks leading up to Easter. By the 1700s, the holiday had started to take a decidedly more festive turn than its founders had intended. It was Irish immigrants in the United States who were largely responsible for slowly shifting St. Patrick's Day from a religious observation to a secular one. Boston, with its massive Irish population, held the first parade in 1737, with New York City following suit 25 years later. Today, along with Chicago, which is famed for dyeing its river green since 1962, these cities still offer some of the biggest celebrations dedicated to the man who supposedly drove the snakes out of Ireland. Question 3. Why do we wear green on St. Patrick's Day? It's only since the Irish Rebellion of 1798 that the shade has become associated with the holiday. Blue, which adorned the ancient Irish flag, was first identified with St. Patrick's Day. But the rebels wore green to differentiate themselves from the British, who clothed themselves in red, and the color has since come to denote Ireland and the Irish to all the world. Shamrocks, the national plant of Ireland, which legend says St. Patrick used to explain the Holy Trinity, also became a global signifier of the European island. Question 4. Who celebrates St. Patrick's Day? While celebrating St. Patrick's Day in the wildly celebratory way we know today is largely the invention of Irish Americans, Irish in the homeland have started taking to it as well in the past few decades. Although some of these practices related to St. Patrick's Day eventually were adopted by the Irish themselves, they did so largely for the benefit of tourists. Besides the color green and shamrocks, what are other symbols associated with St. Patrick's Day? The leprechauns. Leprechauns are mischievous little creatures found in Irish folklore. Traditionally, they were said to be shoemakers and actually wore red, not green. In fact, some researchers believe the word leprechaun came from an ancient Irish word that means shoemaker. It is said that if a person could capture a leprechaun, the creature would grant them 3 wishes. Time to go leprechaun hunting. Kiss me, I'm Irish. One of the most used St. Patrick's Day phrases, kiss me, I'm Irish. This famous phrase is a reference to the Blarney Stone, embedded in the parapet of the Blarney Castle in Cork, Ireland. According to legend, kissing the Blarney Stone will bring you good luck and bless you with the skill of smooth talking flattery. If you can't go to Ireland, however, the next best thing is to kiss an Irish person who has kissed the stone. After learning all these facts about St. Patrick's Day and Irish culture, have a green beer or cocktail, if you like it, of course. Enjoy the day and have fun.